Hello my friends, this is BlackCaptain8 here again. Recently we published a video titled Intro to the Star Trek Fleet Command Officer Tool. Since that video was published, I had the opportunity to speak with StewieDoo, who created the tool. He, along with Lube, support and maintain this incredible resource that all of us Star Trek Fleet Command players have access to. He gave me a deep dive into the tool, and I am grateful to share what I've learned with the rest of the community. It will likely take a few videos to fully unpack everything we went over on that 2-hour call. So in this video, we're going to focus on one of the things that StewieDoo considers highly important: migration. Let's get into it. So if you see on my screen here in my March 22 Star Trek Fleet Command Officers Google Sheets, which I go ahead and rename mine every month to whatever the month is. That way I can find it for historical purposes if I want to see how much my officers have grown. But I've already put the levels and ranks for my officers in there, as well as on the ATA Overview tab, I have input the trait levels for all my officers. If you saw in the last video, it can be a pain. It took me around 45 minutes for my Ops level 35 account to go ahead and input all that data. The good news is that StewieDoo and his team have an easy migration feature so that you can export data from an old version and import it into the new about every month or so when they're released. Currently, you can export your officer data, level, rank, and traits, your bonuses to your officers, your ship levels, and your away team assignment planning information. You can transfer either from an old version to a newer version or from Google Sheets to Microsoft Excel and vice versa. Some players prefer to do both if they like to use Excel on a home computer, but they'd like to take Google Sheets with them anywhere they go for accessibility. Be forewarned that if you are using the migration sheet to input your data, it can cause issues. A lot of players will just put their level, rank, and traits directly in here since it's all on one screen. That can help speed up things. However, StewieDoo did caution against doing that because it can cause issues down the road. He does recommend the first time you put all your information in that you do it on the roster and the ATA overview tabs. I will try to keep this video as succinct as possible, but we don't want to miss anything, so if it runs long anyways, you do have my apology. We're going to show you how to migrate from my Google Sheets March 2022 version 176 to a blank Google Sheets copy of the same version 176. We'll do this to mock moving to a newer version or show you how to change from the one platform to the other. This is actually very quick. We go straight to the migration tab. You come over here to Officer Export Data, select the top left cell all the way down to the bottom right. That's green here for all our officers. We'll Control-C to copy that. Now the important thing here is that Google Sheets is a little weird. It doesn't like to paste the values in, I've noticed. So if I came over here in Google Sheets, right-clicked up here, paste special, values only, usually that would just drop our values in there and everything would be good to go. However, Google doesn't really like when you do that. It turns all these to zeros. Everything did not work very well. So we'll Control-Z to back that out. Instead, we will Control-V and everything will get very ugly for a moment. Come down here to your little clipboard button, select paste values only. I have noticed though, if I go back to my rosters tab, for some reason 0718 still doesn't take, so we'll just drop the 10 in there. Everything else is good. We'll do the exact same thing in our Excel spreadsheet real quickly to show you that the formatting does need to be merged. If we come in here to import, Control-V, it will look quite ugly in the formatting. Same thing, click your little paste options, merge destination formatting, and everything's good to go again. We'll do the exact same thing with our bonuses. We go check our roster tab, everything's good, and in the Excel version, it does carry over 0718's level and rank for us. We'll come back to our main copy of this. This time we'll copy our bonuses. Same deal, copy that, take it to our other sheet, Control-V to paste it in, click our little clipboard button, paste values only. Now if we go back to our rosters tab, it has filled out our operations and our bonuses and is identical to the other sheet. We'll do the same thing in Excel real quick. Paste it in, click the button, merge destination formatting, just to keep this sheet nice and clean looking. Back to roster, it's all applied. We've only got 2 more pieces in here to pull. The ship export data, we're gonna go ahead and copy all this. I've only put my auger in there for now. We'll show you how to use all this in a future video, but I did want to put the auger in there so we can see that it does copy the data over for us. Take it to our other sheet, migration tab, come right to our ship import data, Control-V, same thing, click that button, paste values only. Now if we go look at our ships, we'll see that our auger is level 20. And we'll do the exact same thing in our Excel spreadsheet, Control-V to paste it, click our button, merge destination formatting so it looks all nice and pretty. Back on the ships tab, auger level 20, we have successfully migrated that. One more piece to go. If you do not use your ATA planning, you don't have to copy this section, though I highly recommend you understand how to do this because after the next several videos, you probably will. So same thing, we'll copy all this in the green, Control-C, take it to the new sheet. I do recommend you scroll to the right in Google Sheets when you're doing this because it does not move that clipboard button from this area down here. If it's off the screen, then you won't have a way to paste values only. Nice and pretty. Go check our ATA planning and it looks just like it does in our other sheet. And we'll come do the same thing to our Excel spreadsheet, paste that in there. We want to make sure that we don't forget to match that destination formatting so everything looks all nice and uniform. Go back to our ATA planning, and now it matches our Google Sheets. Hey, real quick, if you're getting any value out of this video at all, please take a moment to hit that like button. A simple like is all that it takes to help YouTube get this video in front of more Star Trek Fleet Command players. That's about it for the migration, but I do want to call out a couple other things in here. If you go check out your ships tab and select a ship, for us we'll go to the auger. It will put in your ship ability. We can change our level to see how it scales. At level 22, it is an 88% cumulative increase to all weapons damage, as long as the opponent's ship is burning when it hits with an obliterator weapon. We go to level 45, we can see that scales all the way up to 140%. We can switch it back and see that at level 20, we have access to 3 crew below deck. We can see what our ship stat bonuses are going to be at, what raw values and what percentage that's going to equate to, and we can see what our firing pattern is. So for the auger, that obliterator kinetic weapon starts in round 2 and then hits every 3rd round. Meanwhile, the energy weapon phaser turrets both hit twice a round. This is extremely important if you wanted to, say, switch this out for the jellyfish. As you'll see here, it is only equipped with energy weapons, so if you were to put somebody like Kurla on there, who increases the critical damage with kinetic weapons, you're really wasting that officer space, because it will not do anything for that ship. Also, in the Google Sheets version of the tool, if you mouse over an officer name pretty much anywhere in here, you will get a link to Ripper's awesome stfc.space website, and you can go check out that officer in more detail right from that sheet. And in both versions of the tool, you can go ahead and check your filters and sort by color. This is extremely useful if you want to look at all your reds. Those are officers that have a rank that is high enough that your level can be increased on them. So we see here, if I was going to go ahead and try to find officers to spend XP on for an event or a leaderboard especially, here's all the officers I can go ahead and jump to in-game really quickly to go ahead and put some officer XP into, so I'm not digging around trying to find them while I'm trying to snipe in the last 60 seconds. So there you have it. That is the migration piece of the Star Trek Fleet Command Officer tool. Now, I will state that the team is constantly working on new and innovative ways to make migrating your data even easier. So if they put out a major release that drastically changes this in any way, of course we'll come back and do an update video to that. Also, don't be afraid to leave them a donation on their Discord server in the link to spreadsheet channel. They work extremely hard on this tool. It's very important to them and to us as a community, so please show them a little love if you're able to. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you missed the intro to the Star Trek Fleet Command Officer tool, you can find that right up over here. That's all for this video. Check out the next videos when they are released that will cover a little more of the roster and ship sections and the away team assignments. Live long and prosper, my friends. We'll catch you next time.